Most scientists agree that global warming is directly tied to human activity. When we think of things that cause global warming, we often think of cars, trucks, power plants, tractors, factories, cows. Cows produce methane as part of their natural digestion process. Large quantities of this gas is produced in the rumen and must be removed, otherwise bloating occurs. This is done through belching and sometimes by passing gas. While the amount of methane produced by an individual cow is relatively small, the cumulative 1.5 billion cows in the world make them large contributors of methane gas to the atmosphere.
Cow air pollution debate is back. This is a true story, we're gonna have to put filters on cows' asses.
Help me get the moon cows inside, back in time for milking. Get back, bossy, bad bossy, get back, you cut you in half.
Methane makes up a smaller portion of greenhouse gases than CO2.
But the methane they release is 23 times more harmful than carbon dioxide.
Methane is 25 times more potent than CO2.
A study conducted by Dutch government researcher Dr. Petra Kroon has found that non-CO2 emissions, specifically those from methane and nitrous oxide, have in fact been underestimated due to inaccurate measuring methods.
The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change was established by the WMO. A new report by the IPCC states that over a 20-year period, methane is 72 times more potent than carbon dioxide as a heat-trapping gas. This is one of the reasons the United Nations calls livestock one of the most serious near-term threats to the global climate. Cows also take up a lot of space, grazing on land that could feed many more of the world's people if it were used for crops. The Food and Agriculture Organization says grazing takes up to 26% of land on the earth that is not covered by ice, 30% if you count the land that is used to grow feed for animals. In Latin America, trees that would normally soak up carbon dioxide are instead chopped down or burnt down to clear land for cattle. This releases enormous amounts of carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Cattle ranching alone accounted for 65 to 70% of deforestation in the Brazilian Amazon between 2000 and 2005. Logging only accounted for 3%. Global beef consumption has been rising since the late 20th century. The UN predicts worldwide production of milk and beef will double in the next 30 years. World beef consumption per capita is growing, particularly in Asia.
もしもし、ドナルドです。
The solution to the problem is simply to eat less beef. If everyone reduced his or her meat consumption by just 20%, it would be comparable to everyone switching from regular cars to hybrids. While methane is more potent than carbon dioxide, it only stays in the atmosphere for around 8 to 12 years, while carbon dioxide can last for centuries. If we act now, we can help slow the global warming process immediately.